It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They go play action. It's McNabb. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call, 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The numbers in last week's game for Stewart: 18 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Stewart. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 4 yards remain for second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's taken in by Stewart. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Romeo Okwara. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
A big play there out of the running game.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, McNabb. That's complete to his running back, Dawkins. 2 yards on the pickup there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield, and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now McNabb. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 6 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd down at 4. From the gun, here's McNabb. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st down, it's McNabb. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A play fake. Now McNabb. And that is incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And able to get this out to the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football, sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
These two teams all tied after one. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Green's got it over the middle. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Stewart. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Stewart. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll set up a throw. This is Crowell on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now it's McNabb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind? Not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st down, it's Stewart. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
That's a good nice crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, it's Stewart. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They scored.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, McNabb. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's McNabb. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. McNabb to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. To throw, McNabb. And he comes back with 1 complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. McNabb. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and you really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd and 1. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. That is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this now a 17-game regular season. Because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago, and it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. Mike Evans, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Joe Webb, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A nice little juke. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. That catch good for only a couple.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd down and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. They'll keep it on the ground. Staley. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll set up the screen for Dawkins.
And he's got room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Schroeder. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Now a throw here, hauled in. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Back to throw again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On 2nd down now, Staley, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Staley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. They'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2nd down and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Freeman. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
He juked him. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Lions now. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. The Lions on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here comes the Lions punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Under pressure, and down he goes. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Eagles on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 19. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Now left side on the swing pass. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a 1st down throw, McNabb. That's complete to his running back, Dawkins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now here's a throw that's complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The scoop and
Opening score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And the numbers show it, low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now McNabb. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On first down, it's McNabb. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on second, McNabb. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the gun, here's McNabb. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. One final shot. They'll look to throw. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Detroit, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly.